Hello and welcome to Diggin' SoCal. This week I'm going to try something a little bit different. Instead of hunting, I'm going to recap on some of the gold finds, and I'm going to demonstrate some of the signals I got, and hopefully this will help anybody that is searching for gold and silver for that matter. I'm going to do both. I'm going to test a few rings and some of the jewelry that I've found in the last year or so. So it should be interesting and give you a good idea. I'm going to be using the Minelab Equinox 800 and the Minelab Vanquish 540, and I'm going to pull out the Garrett Ace Apex, and we'll do a little test and see how they work out and see if we miss gold or find gold. Should be good. Right here is, with the exception of the rings, is most of the gold I've found in the last year or so, and then over here is a lot of the silver that I found. So there's a lot of jewelry that we've collected over the last year and a half or so. And then I'm going to be testing some of these rings here. I've got a hunk big gold, medium gold, small gold. And I'm going to use probably the smallest and the largest in one of these for testing the detectors. And then I'll pick out a few pieces of gold and a few pieces of silver and see how they do. So we're getting right at mid 60s. And this is going to be the largest of the gold rings. Equinox. I'm getting a 17, a little bit of 18 there. And then finally, the Vanquish. Same numbers typically, but it did jump down to 1 a couple times. But 17, I know where I put it. So that's this ring here, the lucky ring I found a while back. See it drop down to the mid to high 40s on the Garrett. The Knox got 10, 11, jumped down to 8 at one point. Look how it pops up to 13 and 14 a little bit. If it was just 13, 14, I'd still dig it, but more of a chance to beat a pull tab, but it's more consistently doing the 10, 11. Okay. Nice little gold ring with some actual diamonds in it. So the next ring, this ring here, I actually found with, I think, the Garrett Ace Apex. And again, this one's jumping up in the 50s, so you wouldn't think this is a ring based on the numbers. It's a good sound, good tone. 13, 14 mostly. See, and that's why I do the pull tabs. I mean, it jumped to 10 once. But boy, so many people would pass that up. But did hit a 1 a couple times, but that's why you dig everything. There you go. Tiny little ring. Figure out how that one is. That's the Gucci silver ring I found. Clear up here in the high tones on the Apex. Hear those numbers? Just right around a quarter. Maybe a little bit lower once in a while, but that, digging up quarters, you might pull up a silver ring, that's for sure. If you set these down, that's one of the flaws with the Vanquish. It does shut itself off if it bumps the batteries. A little more jumpy, but that's a good solid tone. Even if you're not looking at the screen, I'd be digging that all day long. There it is. Nice solid big ring. Not quite as high. This is a smaller ring, a little thinner. And I'm not really good with the Garrett numbers, but I need to use this machine more to learn it. 18. And again with the Vanquish it should be similar. And then one thing, this isn't very deep and this is pretty easy sand to work in, so I would imagine the numbers could change with more depth or with different types of material you're looking in. There you go. Nice wave ring. Get a lot of these at the beach. It's getting a signal, but it's not. Now it's starting to jump up a little bit. This is a real small ring. Easy to miss. You can see though, as you pull away, you gotta have your sensitivity up. As I'm closer, it's fine, but that's another reason when you're metal detecting, don't be in a hurry. Jumpy here. I've had a lot of jumpy signals that I've dug, and it's turned out to be good targets. But you gotta have, when you want to find small stuff, you definitely gotta have your sensitivity up as high as you can take it. Especially in the parks and beaches, I mean, you really want it up there. Jumpy numbers. But if you were up here, had your sensitivity too low, you can go right over it without even picking it up. But that's one of my smallest rings I've found. There it is. You can see how small that is. Alright, now I have one of the smallest gold pendants that I found. Actually, this is the one Christine found. It was her. I think this was her very first find with this machine, actually. Jumpy. See how jumpy that is? Now we're jumping. It's real jumpy on this one too. Consistently 2, but you do get some other numbers in there. Sounds good though. A lot of people say they skip some numbers, especially if 6 is a lot of those foil tops. I never have a lot of good signals between 3, 4, 5, 6, but I still dig them. There it is. That's how small that is. Tip of the finger. If you go too fast, you're going to pass these things right up. You want to go nice and slow, take your time. It's not a race. I watch people go down the beach so fast, and they're just working a path where everybody was sitting, and they're walking way too fast. You can pass this up so easily. See how jumpy this is? I'm not going to tell you what it is until I pull it out. But that is all over the place. And since, again, like I said, I dig everything. You just never know. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason why some things are the way they are. You would think they'd all be consistent. But see that? That's a nice solid 2. And I got the sensitivities, like I said, down a little bit. Look at this. That's a nice sized piece. I think Christine actually found this one too. Here, that one. This next piece is one of the very first pieces of gold I think I ever found. No problem with the apex on this one. I tell you, it's a broken bracelet, just so you have an idea. And it's pretty thick. It's not one of the real thin ones. See, park one's no problem picking that up. But how many of you would skip a jumpy signal? And how many would dig it? It's picking it up, no problem. But what about swing speed? Look at that. You go too fast, you might miss it. If you're going through the beach real quick like these guys do, I've seen a couple do it. Gotta take your time. You're either enjoying the beach anyway, what's the rush? There it is. That one right here, look at that. Beautiful. Nice signal here. Listen to that. $19. Any idea what it is? Also 19, basically. But how many people thought that could be a penny? Very easily. 1920. The 18 kind of can be a penny too. I've had pennies all over the place. Depends. Even 17. But you never know. There it is. This particular piece I found in the grass, actually. Pretty nice turquoise. It had the backing on it, which is pretty cool. Okay, this is a big necklace. This is the one I found at a beach. No problem picking that up. It's all over the place. That was in the sand. It was about a couple inches down. It was actually, I believe it was in the, if I remember right, it might have been in the wet. Can't remember now. I think the Vanquish did good on this one too. That's a big honker right here. That's thick. I don't think any detector should miss that. Well, it's kind of fun. I didn't realize I had that much gold and silver. It builds up pretty quickly. Hopefully you learned something from it, or at least got something out of the video. It's a kind of a spur of the moment thing. I thought I would just try it out. Haven't done that in a while. Tested my stuff, tested my machines. Also, it's really good to, I always pull the coils off and clean the machines every time I use them, so you got to keep them in good working order. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. I am no expert by any means, but I will answer any questions I can. There are a lot of great people who comment, so feel free to read through those comments as well. We got some people who give us some great advice and tips. Thank you all for watching. We really appreciate it, and we'll catch you on the next one.